Happy New Year. This is your resident body mind consultant, body centered psychotherapist extraordinaire, Sydnor-Campbell, the author of It's Healing Time for the Body Mind of Black Women, How to Live a Life You Love and Love the Life You Live. Today, and starting this new year, I'm going to have weekly discussions where I'll put up a video and we can have discussions about that video and the content of the video, and you guys can ask me questions. Hopefully I'll be able to answer them. I'm taking comments, I'm taking suggestions for topics. You name it, just let me know. This is for you, my readers, and those who want to know more about the body-mind connection. So, one of the first things I want to do is have everyone go through a quick breathing, silence, something to center our thoughts at the beginning of a session. And what I'm going to have you do is breathe in through your nose through the count of 6. And then I'm going to have you hold it for 3 seconds. And then I'm going to have you breathe out of your mouth for 8 to 9 seconds, however long you can. And I want you to do that 3 times. And then we will pause, take another deep breath in through our nose, and then let it out of our nose. Do that 2 or 3 times. And then I will tell you what came up for me in that breathing moment, because that will guide the conversation that we have for the day. Okay? So remember, we're breathing in for 6 through the nose, holding it for 3 seconds, and breathing out of the mouth for, 8 or 9 seconds, and doing that 3 times. Here we go. Now in through the nose and out through the nose 3 times. Okay, now that I've centered myself, and hopefully you have done that along with me, I would like to share with you the lesson that came up for me today. And it is something that resides in the heart just now. Maybe it's from breathing. It might be from something that I spoke about earlier today, with my family or on a Zoom call with my friends. But I'm having a moment of memory and clarity. And that moment of clarity is a lesson about being big and small at the same time. And what I would like to do, because I'm talking about the heart chakra, is open up my book and see what comes up in the heart chakra. So the first thing I turn to is the Emerald Heart of the Black Woman's Body Mind. And the first words that I see in bold are radical truth telling. Radical truth telling, especially to yourself. So let's talk about radical truth telling with the heart, and then combining that with thoughts of being both big and small at the same time. If I think back in my memory, sometime in my 20s, maybe late 20s, it was the 1990s. I was a massage school director, and I attended a massage school directors retreat in Hualtuco, Mexico. And it was all of the school directors from across the United States and some from other countries. I met a young lady who was a school director for a massage school that she ran with her husband in Manitoba. And so I'm guessing that it was mostly the continental US and maybe Canada. I'm not sure. But it was probably 300 to 400 participants. And I remember going into this big conference room at the start of the conference, for the icebreaker sessions and things where you're getting to know people that are sitting around you, people that you'll be working with for the next week. And I remember thinking, there's so many people around me that have so many years of experience. Like, I could tell that I was one of the youngest in the room because there was a lot of gray hair. Just got to say that. And there also weren't a lot of Black people. So I spotted them, and they were all, of the few there were, they were older Black women. There were a few men. Actually, I'd say it's maybe 25% male and 75% female. And I remember thinking, I'm going to learn so much at this conference because other people have all these years of experience, and I know how to really go back and bring something great to my school, and I'm going to pick up all of this stuff. And I was ready to just sit back and listen. I am the little fish swimming in the big pond. And I remember gathering in our first breakaway groups that they had us do an assignment. And I'm thinking to myself, yay, okay, I'm going to sit back with this group and I'm going to learn something from these people. And after discussing things for some time, somehow or another, I ended up becoming the group's leader. Now, I don't know if this is because, my energy says that I'm a person that takes charge. I don't know if I was energetically, letting people know that I like to be in charge or what. But I remember the other school directors, and there were 7 in our group, saying that they liked the way I said things and they liked what I talked about, and that I should be the person that speaks for the group. And everyone was in agreement. And I'm like, are you sure? So this is the moment where I am the small person who's also being asked to be the big person, the person that's, in the leadership role, the big person things. And I remember thinking, this happens to me a lot. And I really wanted to sit back and learn from some others, but I guess I'm going to have to be, the speaker for this group. And it ended up throughout the conference that a lot of people were coming and talking to me and asking my thoughts and opinions on things. And I just remember thinking, you were supposed to sit back and learn from other people. And it turns out that you are answering questions for other people. And it was a very interesting experience, learning how to be both big and small at the same time. So in my heart, where I feel that it's a warm sensation, it's a positive memory, but I also notice that it feels a little more, as I think about it, a little tension in the back, because I felt some level of responsibility. And so while it was warm here, it's like getting hot here as I think about that. So what does that mean for the body-mind connection? It means that sometimes we have dual thoughts. We have thoughts that are positive and good, and then at the same time we can have those underlying thoughts that are, showing insecurity or feeling like you're carrying a burden that you didn't necessarily want to carry. And in this case, it was, being radical truth telling to myself that I was both small and asked to be big at the same time. So, as far as lessons go, you think about it for your life. When have you been asked to be the big person in the room while thinking that you're the small person? And when have you been asked to be the small person in the room when you thought that you were the big person in the room? And where do you feel that in your body? The more things happen to you, the more your body remembers them. And good stressors and bad stressors leave their mark. It's just that the bad stressors tend to leave more damage than they do just kind of like a memory. Do what you can to take care of yourself. I would love to hear your feedback on what came up for you in that quick breathing meditation, and anything that I discussed today. I'd be really excited to get some feedback. So please feel free to leave a comment or ask a question, down below. And I will get back to you, and hopefully we can have some great discussions on a weekly basis. We're going to explore all over the body. So, Happy New Year. 2021 is going to be good. Thank you.